I have the great opportunity tonight to be able to invite Bea and José. I'm very happy to have you with us. And I want to take this opportunity to ask you some questions, because I know in the real estate market it can be a bit difficult, and people really want to hear from someone that has gone through the buying process, having someone by their side, helping them all the way, something which is very new here in Sweden. So I'm very happy that you've done the whole process with me, and out of your experience, I'd like to ask you several questions, if it's okay. So if you'd like to present yourselves.
Yeah, thank you for having us here. We are really, really happy to have this opportunity to have here with you and share our experience. This is a really good opportunity for us and for other people that we think we can help. So thank you.
So I'm Bea. I'm working at Kin, and I live in Stockholm for the last 2 years and a half, I think. And since I moved to Stockholm, I thought about buying, because I saw a lot of people saying that buying in Sweden was even better than renting. But I never thought about that because I had no idea about Swedish thing or Swedish laws. So I'm really happy to finally be here with you in our own apartment. And yes, thank you so much again.
Yeah, I'm Jose. We have not been here in Stockholm for 2 years. We have been in Sweden for 2 years.
Yeah.
In Stockholm, we have been just for 1 year and some months, and few months. And yeah, we are video games developers. Yeah, we are here just looking for a good opportunity for our careers. And this is what we're doing.
Oh, that's great. Tell me, when you arrived in Sweden, how was what kind of help did you get for accommodation? And how did you find the market secondhand, for example, renting secondhand? What experience do you have? What did you have to go through?
Yeah, you have the experience because you arrived first in Sweden.
Yeah, I arrived first to Sweden, and I started in Malmo. First, my enterprise gave me temporary accommodation, and then they helped me to find like a renting apartment for almost more or less 1 year. But right after the 1 year, my contract was over, and I need to find something by myself if I wanted to keep living here in Sweden. Fortunately, when the contract were finished, which was a little bit longer than expected because it was from a girl that went to other country to work as well. Mm-hmm. It was a little bit longer than a year, but Jose was moved to Stockholm, and then we had their temporary accommodation, but it was quite different because we were paying like 19 kronas per month in that apartment.
Yeah, so it was not 19,000 crowns. Yes. It was quite expensive, but it was not like an apartment. It was more like a hotel. In Spain, we say something like this. It's something in between, from an apartment and a hotel. So it was more expensive than a normal apartment, but it was the cheapest one. It was not. It was really big, but I had some options, and this option was the cheapest one. So I had other options about 20,000, 25,000 crowns. It was like how I'm gonna pay this. So the experience that we have been that we had here in Sweden. We can say just in two topics or two things. One, it's really expensive. It's more expensive than, for example, Barcelona. We have been living in Barcelona, and it's really much expensive, really much more expensive. And the second point is that you cannot be in the same apartment for a really long time. This is the most important reason for me why I decided to move from a rental apartment to our own apartment. This is for me the
How
most
many times
important.
did you have to move in these years that you've lived here?
Wow.
A lot.
A lot too many times.
We lived in Malmo in only one apartment.
Well, but I moved twice.
You moved twice, and here in Stockholm we moved. We have been in 3 apartments.
Yeah,
three different.
Twice.
Yeah.
You have heard about buying, that it's better for buying than renting. But what kept you from buying? Why did it take time to decide?
Because in Spain is the normal thing. What you usually think about buying is you only buy when you know that you are gonna live in there forever. So this is the first thing that we thought about buying. And
That
the
you
first thing,
want to stay here forever.
yeah,
So
we are not gonna stay here forever, maybe for 1 year, 2 years, or 5 years, but we don't know if we are gonna be or we're gonna stay for more longer. So this is the first thing, and the first thing that our family said.
Yes. How you're gonna buy something in Sweden? Are you gonna stay forever? We saw some friends also starting to buy some apartments, but having a lot of difficulties, especially with the Swedish and with
Swedish
the law.
language?
Yeah, with the Swedish language and Swedish laws as well.
Yeah.
Because they had no idea how to manage at all the things, and even asking some friends, Swedish friends that were buying already or they had already bought an apartment, they have some issues, and we were like, okay, we had no idea about Swedish language and we are quite newbie here. Our friends has been here for a lot of years and they are starting to buy. We don't have any money because a lot of different reasons. So
Yeah.
it was like, okay, we will need to stay here for longer, starting to save some money and keep renting the cheapest as possible. But
everybody speaks English. So why was it difficult?
But when you are gonna sign the contracts, or when you call the bank or something like that, you need Swedish, and you also need like to know a little bit of Swedish laws.
Yeah, and also I noticed that the contracts usually are in Swedish. They are not translated in English. You have to do it manually by yourself. And also the web page that it is usually is normal. You can translate it easily or easier, like more than a paper, of course. But this kind of website that the banks have here in Sweden, they are really difficult to translate. It is not. You cannot translate it directly. You have to copy every single sentence and you have to paste it in Google Translator, and it's a pain in the ass. I'm sorry for the expression, but it's really difficult, and you don't feel comfortable that you are doing the right things. So how you are not gonna be 100% sure when you are buying an apartment of 2 million crowns or 3 million crowns? You really need to be sure of what you're doing.
What you're doing. I spoke to you, Jose, before you started everything, and you told me that you had even taken contact with a bank. What happened? Can you explain? You really tried by yourself.
Well, I just tried to guess, but what my most important try was not with the bank. We had some meetings with these friends that Bea said before, to try to guess what they did in this direction in buying an apartment in Sweden, and we saw that the effort was so much for us. We needed the only thing we understood is we need 15% of the amount that you need of the apartment that you're gonna buy. And after this, working with you, we realized that this is not true. So the only thing that we understood, it was not true. So it was not a really good experience.
When was the moment that you decided to buy, and why did you decide to buy?
It was the first time we saw your talk. You had like a free talk at the end of August or beginning of September, I think. And it was at that time that we just went there to just hear you and take like some knowledge about what to do, because we were not thinking about that. We were renting an apartment, and even if we were not sure at all that we wanted to stay longer because it was almost illegal with the papers and so on, we wanted to buy, but we didn't have any money. But after hear all the things you said, we were like, okay, this is the moment, we need there. And in that moment we decided, okay, we need to buy now.
Yeah, and also we understood that we don't need a 15%. With only 5%, we can buy. And it was like, is that true? We can buy? Yeah, and yeah,
I know
it's true.
you were amazed, and you said, because I remember when I first spoke to you, Jose, you said, we'll have some time to save up a bit more money. And I said, but you don't have to. But still, you didn't believe it. And I said, but Jose, I'm telling you, you can buy now if you want.
Yeah, this is the first thing that I needed to change in my mind, that I really changed, because I thought that our objective, our goal was to save some money until January of this month, and then to see how much money we were able to save, and then try to buy something with this 15% of the yeah. And when we realized that we only needed a 5%, it was like, okay, so what are we doing? What are we waiting for?
How long did it take for the process from the first step until you received the keys?
It was 1 month until we bought the apartment and signed the papers. And I think it was another month until we got the keys. So it was quite fast.
Yeah, it was really faster, more
faster than we expected.
Faster than we expected, but for a long, because I thought that I was about to buy in the beginning of this year, and we found an apartment in just 1 month, and we signed the contract, we pay everything, and it was, oh my god, we are in fact buying an apartment.
Exactly.
Also, it was an amazing apartment. That was something I thought incredible, because as far as we didn't have any money at all already saved, it was like, okay, what kind of apartment are we gonna be able to buy? Yeah. So when you told us the price we were able to buy, it was like, oh my god, I can't believe that this is like so much for being just us and without having any real money already there. So it was unbelievable, and it was like, okay, we need it now.
Many people ask me that, why do you really need a buying coach when there is so much help from the real estate agents that help the sellers, and there is so much help with the banks, and you have your knowledge? Why should you have help from them? What would you reply to them?
Because in my experience, this is not true. The banks try to help you, but they are trying to sell you the mortgage. They are trying to sell you this kind of loans. So, okay, they try to help you, but they have their own interests. The seller, the broker of the seller, of course, he or she is gonna help you, but he or she has the person who is gonna pay her or pay him is not you, is other guy. So they are gonna try to help you, okay, but this is not 100% true, because you don't have a person that is only gonna be for you and not for the other side. One thing that I really appreciate of this service is that we had different options of banks to get a mortgage that we didn't know when we know you. And you helped us in order to call the bank, to know what we needed to say to the bank, what we needed to prepare, what kind of papers we need. So we saved a lot of time in this step. because we already knew what we needed to prepare, we needed to say everything, and the process was so fast. And this is something that we really appreciate, that you can be fast and don't be messed with bank processes, and you now need a paper, you forgot something, you need to, because you can be at the phone for really long, a lot of hours, and this is not something, this is not cool.
And also, I especially remember the time where we signed the papers for the contract for buying the house with the broker, and you were helping us at 11 o'clock in the evening on one Sunday, changing the contract because all the clauses were just giving facilities for the other one. So what the hell? The broker is not neutral. It's from the other side, because if it wasn't for you, we were probably paying even more than what we already paid to you for things that were in that contract. I mean, it was like, oh my God, how is possible if it's supposed to be a neutral person? No, it's not. I mean, or at least our experience with the bank and with the other broker are the opposite side. They are always taking the things by their own interest or from the other landlord.
From the seller side.
Yeah,
and also the bank and the moment when you sign the contract are two steps of a serial of different steps. There are a lot of different steps.
Yeah.
For example, how do you know the best places, the best areas that you can live? Because we didn't know it. So this is something interesting that a buying coach can give you. But also, even if you know which area is good for you, you need to know the different buildings, the different association, the different how to negotiate with the seller, how to do the bidding. There is a lot of stuff that I didn't want to take care about it, because for me it's really stressful. It's better to say, Olga, please go to this association. Please tell me if this association is good for me. Is gonna happen something strange in the next months or in the next years that I need to pay more. What is included in the how do you say?
The fee.
Monasabit.
Yeah.
What is included
to the association.
In the association, and all of these kind of things that I don't need to worry about, because I can ask you and you are gonna answer me. So and of course, one thing that I really appreciate of your service is when I can be more sure that this is gonna be a good investment for me. That at the moment that I want to go back to Spain or or move to another country, I'm gonna sell this apartment and it is not gonna be a problem at the moment. This is not a 100% sure, but it's gonna be easier, I think, and I feel, and this is something that I appreciate.
Out of the whole process, what was the worst or the most difficult thing that you might think I wouldn't have been able to do it by myself? Is there a specific?
everything.
Everything. You felt
because
secure.
Yeah, I think each of us has our difficulties in different areas. For me, the legal part is the worst part with the bank, especially when we negotiate the percentage or something and the clauses.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we had no idea about that, especially because we don't know about Swedish laws. Mm-hmm. And I don't think my friend or my workmates knows about laws in Sweden, even if they already bought an apartment, because they are not brokers.
And apart from the bank, the process of the whole buying process, is there another point there that was difficult?
Yeah, for me the most stressful part is the bidding process.
The bidding.
I cannot handle emotionally the bidding process that you have here in Sweden. In Spain, it's so simple. You see a price, you pay this price, and you get the apartment. That's it. And here in Sweden, you see a price, and you have to start a bidding. You have to say that you are gonna pay more money than this starting point, and maybe another person is gonna put more money, and then you start a fight. And this is for me. I cannot handle this kind of thing. So for me, it was really easy to say you, Olga, we are. Tell me which is the maximum amount that we should pay for this apartment, and you handle this. Please don't say me even if we are winning or we are losing the bidding, because I cannot. Just tell me at the end if we won or we lost. But for
were
me,
you the one bidding or not? Did you have to be in the bidding or not?
No.
We just received a message about you being bidding by yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
It was quite comfortable for us, and also it was quite nice because at the end, if we felt in love with an apartment, we can be bidding more and higher than what the apartment already value.
Yeah.
So I think it's awesome because you as a broker has, as an old broker, has all these file things and these places where you can see the apartment that has been sold in the area for the last years and the last month, and calculate, okay, don't bid for more than this. Or, for example, also talking with the other persons to negotiate and not bid even, because that's something possible, but only between you guys that already knows that market and so on.
And also, I would like to mention that we bought this apartment not because we were the biggest bid or bidding or however you say. It was because Olga was talking with the seller, the broker of the seller, and we
negotiate a price.
Yeah, we negotiated the process. We were able to sign before the other couple, the other person. So this is something that you can really take advantage of this, right? So even if you are in the same amount that with other people, you can get it thanks to Olga. It was our case. This is true because Olga was able to talk with the broker of the other side, of the seller side, and we were able to make this happen. Only because we were able to go now this day and sign the contract, and we were not in another apartment or we needed to sell, nothing of this. So this is something interesting also that you can take advantage.
I can say that it's very important to have all the papers ready, to have everything, because you have to prepare the person. Okay, it can happen that you have to sign tomorrow, and that gives you an advantage in other people, so that you can come first.
Yeah, and I feel like we were really prepared for this moment. So at the moment, did you say, well, you all told us, are you ready to sign this evening the contract? And we were, now, really, today, on Sunday, yes, now, okay, let's go. We have everything, let's go.
It can seem very stressing, but it's like that. That's the way you win something. You have to act quickly.
And this is because I really appreciate to have someone on my side that is looking for my interest.
That's good. And tell me now, and tell everybody, where do you live? I know that I have to say, in the beginning, you wanted Jose and Bea, you wanted to invest in a way. It wasn't because you were thinking, maybe I'll leave and I want to have made some money in Sweden. And thinking of that, I was always thinking that, okay, what we have to find for them has to be an investment. Tell me now, where do you live? What kind of investment you've made? what are your costs right now? Because I think that you have really, really cut down on your costs. And even for 2 days ago, I told you, Jose, the advantage of maybe not having to pay back your loan. So you even call the bank, and they told you that you can even take away that. So you had cut down even more.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Tell us a bit about your investment.
What we were interested was in saving some money to buy an apartment where we can rent it and get more money than the mortgage. So we can earn some money, like you do in Spain, and this is so normal, this is so common. But here in Sweden, it's quite difficult to do in an apartment like the apartment we are living now. So yeah, we were talking with you in different ways of investment, how we can get some money of the apartment that we were going about to buy. So at the end, we found a solution that was we can buy an apartment that is bigger than what we really need. So we can rent some rooms that we have in an apartment, and right now in the place where we are living now, we have 2 extra rooms, one storage room and one bathroom that we are not using, and we are renting to other people. So now our costs are of renting this apartment are 15,000 of crowns. This maybe looks like this is a lot.
Of monos a bit.
It's mortgage
Not
plus
the renting, but it's the
everything included. Everything
the association and the interest rate and everything. What you pay right now is 15,000.
Everything.
Yeah, with internet also.
With internet, yeah. Only that we need to pay extra is the electricity, but it's just 200 crowns or something.
But it's a 3-bedroom apartment.
Yes.
With 2 bathrooms.
What we are doing is to rent these 2 rooms plus the bathroom, and we are sharing the storage room to cleaning stuff and something like this. And we are earning 8,000 crowns. So what the real amount that we are paying until now is 7,000 crowns. So this is a really, really much improvement, because before living here, we were paying 11,500 crowns in a rental apartment. So we are now saving more money than before.
I think it was smaller. You told me it was smaller than what you have right now.
Yeah.
It was only 1 bathroom plus the living room, but the living room was already smaller than this one.
50 meters. Square meters apartment.
And now you have how many square meters?
100 more or less. So it's really big. And we are not sharing bathroom, we are not sharing kitchen, we are not sharing our living room, because we have organized the space that we are renting in a really good way. So we don't need to share anything, because someone can think about, but there is COVID, there is the coronavirus, and you cannot share because it's a risk for you. No, it's not, because we bought an apartment that we were able to split in 2 apartments. We are only sharing the entrance, the front door. So this is the only thing that we are sharing.
But also we were having the opportunity to maybe buy, instead of this apartment that we were able to split, another kind of apartments that had already a separate apartment, for example, for the children when they grows up, or for just renting. The Swedish people sometimes has an apartment next to your own apartment, separated by their own entrance door. So they have their own. And we were also visiting that kind of apartment. So I think your service is amazing, just because you can adapt to our possibilities and what we really want to. I mean, I was really specific with a lot of different things that I really want to in the apartment, and I think all of them fits in this one.
Wonderful.
So,
I know that
and this is not everything, because we are paying. We have been paying 7,000 crowns, but right now there is a law that this is a really good moment for buying. I needed to say, because this is the moment where, because of coronavirus, there is a law where you can avoid paying the amortization of your mortgage. So this month we are paying even less. I think we are gonna pay like 6,000 less in our mortgage every month. So we are gonna pay only this month until August, like 1,000, 2,000 crowns per month.
My goodness.
So we started with paying 19,000 of crowns, and now we are gonna pay 2,000 of crowns, thanks to your service, of course, but thanks to move from a rental apartment to buy our own apartment. So, and this is not a problem. If we are gonna move in the future to another country, as we said, we are just gonna sell it. That's it, and that's it.
What advice do you have to the people like you that said, "Oh, maybe I stay 1 year, 2 years"? What would you tell them? Because they might say, "But I don't want to buy it. Maybe I won't be staying." What would you say to them?
I mean, we know that if we get tired of this apartment, honestly, it's gonna be quite difficult, because every day I love it more. But if we get tired of it, we can sell it in 1 year, and we know that we are recover the money.
And also the point that when you are paying a rent to a landlord, this money is going from you to another person, and you're not getting this money back. But when you buy your own apartment and you get a mortgage, you are paying a part of this mortgage is the amortization, and the amortization is not a cost; it's an investment, because this money is gonna get back to you. It's gonna go back to you when you sell the apartment. This is like saving the money. It's not a cost; it's an investment. So it's really much better to buy in this way.
Yeah.
And now that we're talking about all the advantages of buying, there is also another advantage that I told you, and that is that by the end of the year, when a person here pays their interest rate, the government or Skatteverket, whoever, they reduce 30% of what you pay during the year. So really you're saving up 30% of your interest.
That's true, and we have just received this year the amount of interest that we paid the last year. So this is totally true.
Wonderful, wonderful. I'm very happy, and I hope that many like you understand how important it is to have stability, first of all, and to be able to have an investment at the same time that you have your own home. And that they also, like you, dare to take the step and don't be scared. And that's why I'm here, because like you mentioned, I'm not here just as a real estate, in a way, agent. I want to guide them in their dream. And your dream was to maybe have an apartment where you could rent, and everything you have explained, and you made it. So I'm very, very happy for you.
And no regrets, zero regrets.
Wonderful.
We are really happy, really much more happy than before.
And relaxed, because you don't have to have the worry that
I don't need to move again.
Wonderful. Very happy for you, and thank you very much for being with me tonight.
Thank you,
Thanks to you.
Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.